I consider it like a hybrid of the two.
Fair enough. And for those who don't know this game, it's pretty much split into 10 acts, and I don't think that we'll be seeing Act 1 because that's pretty much just going over the basic controls, so we may just see a jump into Act 2 pretty quickly. We'll see what happens.
Nope, we're doing Act 1. Act 1 also has like some story elements to the game to explain like what's going on in like the setting and the environment.
Alright, we'll go through Act 1. Works for me. There is, you were right, there are some story elements. I did forget about that. Thank you for catching me. This is why we got other people here. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble, folks. Thanks.
No problem.
One of the questions in chat is this a marathon for charity? I do not believe so.
Yeah, I think I think they're just like doing it for funsies.
I think they actually just did skip to Act 2.
Yep. Act 2! We are 1/10 of the way through the game.
Okay.
Except not really.
According to estimate, you're very wrong.
Okay, so for everyone, I'll go over the basics of the screen. At the top, you see the heart meter and the energy meter and 4 lights at the top. The heart and the energy, if one of those go to 0, pretty much you don't want that. That's bad. The 4 lights represent 4 different skills. When they flash, one of those will go up. That's really good. I have a little bit of notes here. That way I won't forget it. Give me a moment. Red lamp represents change to combat, yellow to athletic, blue indicates mental parameters, and green one represents sensitivity or emotion.
And like sort of like the main structure of the game is there's going to be a event going on or there's something that's happening, and it's up to Pico to try to solve everything. And you sort of have to like teach him what he needs to know in order to solve that event. So for Act 2, there's like somebody is bullying one of the other robots, and it is Pico's job to like get that bully to go away. And you do that by basically teaching Pico how to throw a ball. And Pico is basically in a blank slate. He knows absolutely nothing. And so throughout the game, there's going to be objects that Pico can interact with. And he's going to interact with them in certain ways. And part of your job is to teach Pico if the way he's interacting with the object is beneficial. For example, like Pico, during this whole sequence, he tried to like smell the ball and whatnot. And normally you don't do that with rubber balls. And so you sort of scold him in some ways and saying, hey, that's not how you do that. And when he picks up the ball and throws it, it's like, hey, that's something you should do with the ball. So you praise him for it. And eventually Pico's gonna try some other things. Like he tried like stepping on the ball out of frustration. It's like, no, don't do that. But again, he's throwing the ball again, so you praise him. And it's just kind of, as you go along and as you like teach him, like, hey, you associate this red ball with something you have to throw. And eventually he learns that. And after he learns that, and every time he throws it correctly, he gains like a little bit of skill and whatnot. And after you've done it a few times, you've trained him up. So when you get to the real deal and you have to stop the bully, he will see the red ball and he will pick up the ball and he will throw the ball. And, he will go do a good job. And along the way to help to stop the bully, there's other obstacles, there's a dog here. And you have to figure out what to do with the dog in order to get past the dog and whatnot.
sorry to interrupt. It looks like he also got a couple items from the cupboard under the stairs. And just as a little side note, everything in this game will work with your parameters in some form or fashion. It'll actually be throughout the game how you work with those items that'll help you get past these challenges. Sorry about that. I just had to kind of put my little note there. You may continue. Sorry.
No, I was just kind of explaining like the whole basics of this game. So he got to the scene in which he has to like prove his worth and whatnot, and he sees a ball on the ground. And if you haven't trained Pico properly, when he sees the ball, he's gonna do something weird. Like he might try to eat the ball, he might try to step on it, he may just kind of run away at a fight. But if you teach him correctly, he's going to throw the ball. But you have to make sure that he's powerful enough to throw the ball hard enough. Because if you just like teach him how to throw the ball, he may just kind of like limply throw it, and it's not going to do anything. You have to like teach him to like be able to like pick up the ball and throw it with like force.
And sometimes he'll just pray to a door.
Yes. Pico does a lot of like weird stuff. But that's what makes him so fun. And
that is... Oh, I'm sorry. That is true. We did see the end of Act 2. Some of these acts will be very short, and some of these acts will be a little bit more difficult. So, with Act 1 done and Act 2, we're already into Act 3. So
we are 1/5 of the way done with the run.
Totally.
Yeah, there are going to be some problems going into later acts, and one of the bigger things will be the combat, which we will be seeing later. Because
yeah, the combat is just definitely the most difficult part of this game, in my opinion.
For those who don't know, combat is complete RNG. You have no control over it. So whatever your skills are, whatever your health is, it's a roll of the dice from there. Good luck. There isn't a whole lot of combat in this game, but there are going to be a few moments where you will need to get the job done. So we'll see how that is. Yeah, we'll get to that. That's spoilers. As River Song once said, spoilers. But we'll get there. Currently, Chapter 3. So right now, getting a hoe. One thing, the money is going to be... We'll see how this may become an issue. Treasure chest is going to be used for a couple different things, raising intelligence, I believe, and just making sure stats can come back up after, say, reading books or using things just to help even everything back out.
And it kind of looks like he's like buying like all the objects he needs for like future stuff as well. Like I noticed he bought the treasure chest and whatnot, which might be useful a little bit later.
I mean, that's a very good idea. I'm very impressed with the moves that is being made right now. It shows the execution, just the minutiae. Because in this game, it's with the RNG, the minutiae is really going to shave the seconds off. So that's really where you see the skill of the player.
He's also trying to queue up like numerous things at the same time, which is also pretty efficient. No, Pico, do not eat the book. But wait, you're supposed to eat the book! Kind of, I think.
Okay, I hope.
Okay. He didn't gain stats from reading the book. I can't remember if that's something that was intended or not.
Depending on the book is dependent on the stat. So I think it's like the bad book will lower kindness, and I think picture book will raise it, if memory serves.
That sounds that sounds correct. Yes, Pico has a habit of just eating random things. Like he's trying to eat a stick right now. And you can, like, if you catch him quick enough, you can, like, basically smash him on the head with a hammer and have him spit it out. Because
So
there are certain things that Pico can eat that if you lose is going to be a massive, like, setback if he actually consumes the item.
So Withheld, you would say that him eating the book was him having a novel meal.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So Pico's like going through like stimulus overload, and there's all this different objects here, and he's in like the middle of the street, and he has to learn what to do with all these different items. But Pico is slowly learning. Yay!
I see some failfish in the chat. I'm sorry, I do use puns every so often. I will keep them to a minimum. One thing that will be interesting is in this game will be also how you reapply, how you relearn setups. Because in this game, let's take the rubber ball for example. There will be a couple spots where you'll have to relearn the stimulus. Sorry, chat saying that was good, that was bad. But relearning the stimulus where, okay, he learned to throw it, but now he has to learn not to throw it. So it's going to be interesting how that is dealt with when we get there. So we actually have a lot of things to look forward to and how that's going to be applied. And really, this will be interesting. This will be a very interesting playthrough, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the more interesting challenges later on in the game, is having Pico do numerous things with the same object, depending on when the situation arises. That's definitely like one of the more fun bits later on. So now that like Pico has learned what to do with these items, he's gonna sell them back to the old lady, and then buy a whole new item with it. Classic RPG logic.
But first, we got a little business on the farm. This is where we need to be for this act. Basically, farmer needs a little bit of help, and we're going to be the good Samaritan here and give him a hand if we can figure out the hoeing seeds.
Also, we're eventually going to need more money, so this can help us deal with it. So the first obstacle is you have to like treat the dog correctly. And you have to make sure Pico just doesn't like, punch the dog or kick him or something.
Yeah, that sounds like an obstacle.
Yes. Then you have to like teach him how to use a hoe properly and make sure he doesn't like eat it or something. And then you have to teach him how to plant seeds. And if he does it all correctly in one round, congratulations, the farmer's happy. I think you get a little bit of money and you pass the first part of Chapter 3.
And gets him the Love of Nature Heart Circuit. Now, this is going to be a major part of the game to complete the J Circuit, and you'll get different parts of it as you go through each act.
Those special little notes that you can unlock within Pico's heart. And of course, the goal of the game is to unlock all 7 gold nodes and make him into a quote-unquote true boy.
Also,
No, go
sorry,
on.
go ahead.
Go on.
For those who are like a little fan of wordplay and hate my puns, 4649 translates to Japanese Yoroshiku. So if you're a little fan of that, there you go. Yoroshiku is a well-used word in the Japanese language, and I think that the developers of this game can if you go into Google Translate, I think it goes into nice to meet you, but it goes through into a lot of uses. So a little bit of a meaning there.
So now we've entered into Act 4, and personally, Act 4 is when the game starts to, I guess, ramp up in difficulty. Because, first of all, the main goal of the game is it's like the athletic challenge and whatnot. So you have to make Pico be more athletic and but the problem is you have to make sure he can perform 3 different things during the event, because there's 3 events going on. There's 3 challenges going on for the athletic event. So you have to make sure he has the correct stats in order to do all 3 of those challenges. And you have to make sure, I think he also has enough energy to do those 3 challenges.
I'm sorry, but if memory serves, I think there's 4. I think.
There's 4.
Yeah, foot race, the shot put, the hole-in-one, and the free kick. But I think a couple of them are so easy that, I can understand why one may be lost to the fog, because I believe if you have a high enough strength, the hole-in-one is just easy. Motoko is the real MVP of chat. What is this? Ace Attorney Japanese word puns? I object to that, actually. But I don't have the suit to do that. So, yeah, probably.
I just facepalmed the back of my face.
That means I did it right.
So you have to get Pico to show his excitement to enter the race. And he's in the event. I guess this was part of all that grinding he did in Act 3. Because normally this section took a lot of difficulties in order to get it just right.
Yeah, he also, the race is RNG, so probably got a little lucky there.
I like how the referee in Celebration takes out a machine gun and fires it into the air.
Yeah, the Chicago Typewriter Celebration, that's always fun. This celebration has been deemed acceptable by Al Capone. Bardo, he did eat a book, so maybe that taught him how to run? I have no idea. Okay, that was bad. That hurt me. I have bad puns. That one hurt me. So this is the shot put. Let's see how far he gets on this.
I love when Pico's yelling in excitement.
Now, to do the shot put, was he just mashing a button there, or was there just random elements to it?
A little bit of both. I believe you can mash to get a little bit more power, but everyone else's, the 3 other competitors, their numbers will be randomized, so you can help your cause to some effect, but at the end of the day, you may just roll some bad rolls.
But the basis of it is, it goes back to Pico sees a red ball and he knows he has to throw it really hard. And so that's basically what he does. And you have to have enough like arm strength to make sure you throw it far enough. It's basically a stat check.
And it looks like he got the sword out of there. That's going to help with some heavy training later. And found Turtle Rock. That's going to help with luck. He prayed to a door earlier, and he needs to learn to pray to this thing now. So that's what he's trying to do, I think.
I think this was the bit I got stuck on. Like my first instance of actually being stuck in this game. Figuring out that you need to kind of like pray here.
He doesn't have the ice rod yet. I think that's in the castle. Just as a slight hint, there is no ice rod in this game. Get some RNG blessings. I'm sure that our runner Kaiware could use them. So anything, because what's going to happen is, as you heard from my compatriot, there's going to be some fighting later, and not ice rod on laser bridge. No, not that. That's not a blessing. That's not what we need. Yes, he is praying to Turtle Rock because each time he prays to Turtle Rock, it will increase his luck by 10.
So at this point, I think Pino is trying to train up for the other two events. Like, does the soccer ball, and he has to learn, get some foot. He has to learn to kick it, and he has to get enough leg strength to kick it far. And I think he's going to be doing some, like, balancing act later on. So he might use the little background to, like, walk across the log.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And Pika's gonna take a nap. Because he's done a lot of stuff today. And we're gonna beat up Pino for no reason at all.
I'm sorry, I'm just kind of looking at the background. There's like a little artist in the back of my head just kind of sighing with his hands clasped next to his ear going, "Oh, that looks so wonderful. I want to do that. I want to be that good at art." But back to the player, it just the game here, as we've already seen, the RNG has had a couple difficulties already. It's already going to be a bigger problem. The balancing is going to be an issue. There's going to be 1 or 2 fights. I want to see how it's going to be handled because, well, as I said before, with the RNG base, we could see some major problems. So there really isn't a whole lot of ways to get around
that. There are 2 events I'm like waiting to see how the runner deals with it. That
Yeah.
we will eventually get to.
Yeah, I think we're both we may be cliffhanging the chat, which we apologize for. Sorry, not sorry. But I think it'll be something that you all enjoy, especially with the visuals of the game going forward, because there's going to be some really nice stuff. And I think as we've seen, you all enjoy the visuals so far, and Kaiware has shown great skill up to this point, getting everything just so. Couple hiccups here and there, but so far so good. Let's see if they can put in a good time. The 2:30, we'll see what happens, because there's definitely some cases where this can be drawn out.
But he definitely is making good pace so far. So it's probably going to be underestimate. We'll see. Again, we haven't been to like the major parts of the game yet, but he's doing good. He's on the right track, I believe.
I will make my estimate if it's underestimate after Act 7. That's going to be my call.
I can agree with that. That one challenge.
Yeah, where
he does that one challenge.
Where he has to fight the Yu-Gi-Oh card? Yeah.
So, Pico knows how to golf. He swung the little ball with the stick, and it went far. So we get gunshots in the air in celebration. Congrats, Pico.
Also, one thing about the story of this game, humans and Gijin, there's a little bit of a rift that is growing between them, and we'll see that moving forward. The judge thinks Pino, I think we both made that error. English, if we can speak it. But anyway, in this challenge, he needs to make 3 goals.
Oh no. You can do it, Pino.
If it makes you feel better about your English, on the last stream I accidentally called Fire Emblem Final Fantasy like 3 different times.
What? It wasn't Final Fantasy? I was lied to. And Motoko is Fire Emblem theme intensifying me. I'm sorry, Motoko.
Some more SMG action there.
But yeah, the judge actually thinks Pino is human, which in English you actually would get the whole thing of, a human beat all these dirty Gijin, and it's like, and Tinker's going, we probably should have told them, but we didn't. Yeah.
There's a lot of subtle and not so subtle racism in this game. And there's a lot of, hey, Pino's a real boy, let's trust him. Oh wait, is Pino actually a boy? Who knows? And it's up to Pino to do that thing you do and solve all racism. Hello there. Hello there. I think there was a little bit of issue going on.
Was that on my end or your end? Because I think we lost Mr. Big T Anderson.
I think it was with Discord. Honestly.
Oh, okay.
But yes, we are back to doing stuff with Pino. So Pino unlocked the second circuit and he got the love of sports. So he's 2/7 of the way to becoming a real boy.
On the way to becoming a real boy.
Yes. And now we're beating up Pino. You have to make him more aggressive. He's too kind.
Oh, he's too kind right now?
Yes, we had... For what's coming up later, we have to teach him to basically get like an edge. Get like some cut-in, like... To become more independent, to become more mean-spirited. To get like... To not be like a total optimist. We have to teach him the realities of the world.
So we gotta beat some real world pessimism into him, basically.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So Pino has qualified for all 4 events at this point, and it's come time to string them all together in one event. And we get some more machine guns into the air in celebration. Because we all love machine guns.
I think the best way to beat some pessimism into him is to have him work a retail job or like a serving job or something like that.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Oh no.
So we're back on the pier, and this like grizzly man is watching us yet again. And he's taking a fondness to us. We have lifted his spirits every time we have played the trumpet. And so now he knows of us. And that man, we will become friends with that man later on.
The SMG wielding judge guy.
Yes.
How are we not already friends with him?
You can always become more friendly with a guy with a gun. So we're gonna continue to beat some robots at their own game. And the robots are just gonna indirectly get shot at. It really looks like that gun is going in one of the robot's directions, but pay it no mind. It's just celebration rounds.
Now, is this going back to the tree? Wait, that's the rock.
Yeah, we're going back to the forest. The secret path into the forest.
The secret path into the forest. Welcome back, Mr. Big T. Anderson.
Make one comment about Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy and get dropped right out of your operating system. No respect. No respect at all, I tell you.
Welcome back.
It seems like it was a problem with Discord. If you got kicked out all the way out of your operating system, then...
No respect at all, I tell you. That's my best Rodney Dangerfield, and yeah, I'm sorry.
So, to be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure why we are redoing this segment again.
Maybe for my cause, maybe they felt a little sorry for me. I can hope.
Pino just wanted to play the Turtle Rock again. He wants that good RNG.
Maybe they had a couple bad rolls, or they felt they got a little too close on their last few ones.
They want a seed in which Turtle Rock is not required in any way. Or they want a seed in which every item of Turtle Rock has something. One of the extremes. So anyway, I will return. I will be back in like 1 second.
Ouch. Do your thing. And then just a reminder to everyone watching, the reason why our commentary might be a little lackluster on this one here, none of us have really ever speedrun this game. T. Anderson and Withheld are familiar with the game, but none of us really did a speedrun of it. I'm a 3D. I'm a Zelda speedrunner, so I don't really have anything to contribute to this game here. I'm mostly just here as a host and facilitating things kind of in the background.
I am hurt. You don't like my commentary? I'm hurt. No, not really. I mean, we do our best, but I think we're having a little bit of fun. And looking
Exactly.
from chat, I think we're all having a little bit of fun here. So I think that's the point of the matter. And yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, of course.
Matoko, by the way, I have my eye on you. That whole Fire Emblem thing you sent me, you crashed me. I'm eye on you.
I have returned!
Okay, so someone give me like a little brief update. Did he get the Love of Sports Heart Circuit?
He did get the Love of Sports Heart Circuit, but something has happened. I'm not sure what exactly happened, and he seemed to have like reset. So for some reason, we're doing Act 4 again.
That is interesting. Maybe he didn't like the stats after everything was set. Didn't like how much money he had, and thought he could do it with a better payout.
Possibly. I remember needing a lot of money for like the next chapter, so that could be a thing.
Yeah, that's and have they got the setup for Treasure Island yet?
He was about to do that, but for some reason, right before we actually done that, we reset it and started doing Act 4 again.
I'm going to say he just really likes the judge with the Chicago typewriter style salute. That's going to be my guess.
I mean, who cannot like that guy? In all honesty.
I mean, any fan of Resident Evil, the Chicago typewriter is a classic. Parasite Eve, Chicago typewriter. I mean, it's got to be a favorite.
But yeah, it seems like he's more powerful now. I've noticed like when he's doing the whole like soccer section, he's actually kicking the balls with enough force to actually knock down the goalie. So I think he might have reset for like stat reasons.
Maybe a higher RNG power boost from each kick. A little bit easier in the long run. like I said before, RNG is playing a lot into this game. So if Lady Luck does not like you, you're going to have problems.
You can only go so far as to teach Pino the right way. What he actually does is up to the fairies, and not you.
To Rathmall, that is my plan C. So don't worry. But actually, I do know there is a lot of RNG in this game. So the stat boost there is with the items, it's set with the actions like the kicks and whatnot, and the events. There is a little bit of how much you can get. So you could see some variance there.
Mm-hmm. So he looks like he reloaded an earlier part in this chapter, because we're going golfing again. I wish I could remember why you would want to reset here. Like, I'm sure there's an exact reason why he's resetting.
This is why Kaiware is doing this game. This is how much time he has put into it. This is how much ability, how much just skill of the game. But it looks like that is the Love of Sports Heart Circuit.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got that last time, but he reset it after he got it.
Is this one going to stick?
We shall see. So that funny-looking dude who we just saw congratulate us is the Prime Minister of this kingdom.
Yeah, that would be Prime Minister Tiki Masala, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that one too, by the way. Just Masala for everybody else, just Masala. But please call him Tiki Masala.
I mean, Pino loves delicious things, and he should love his Prime Minister. Ergo, it is Prime Minister Tiki Masala.
Trying to get the stats up for... Oh, this is the fighting. Oh, this is the arena, isn't it?
It's about to come up. I know you need some arena stats in order to do the second part of Act 4. So I think he's getting some of the grinding in now.
Very good idea, because it could always be a pain. Also, when you charge up here, it does take 100... I think it's kore? Pardon me if I mispronounce that. Basically $100, 100 of your money of choice. So you can only do it so many times, and at the early game when he was down to 500, there was a... If you screwed up, you could have left yourself in the poorhouse. So there are some spots where you could kind of screw up here.
Like there's a lot of money management, there's a lot of stat management, there's a lot of like figuring out numbers and figuring out where numbers are going to go. And there's a lot of numerical work in this game.
You know what I just realized? That guy kind of looks like Gimli. Let me tell you about a treasure island. That's actually what's going on. They are going to have a bit of a trek to Treasure Island. Now they're going to go through a bit of a stat check to make sure that everything is set.
This game sure loves its stat checks.
Great Jamma, if you're there, you've seen part of the game. What do you think about it so far?
So far, it looks pretty cool. I'm actually looking up earlier in chat, someone had asked if there's an English version of this. And that's actually what I just started looking up here.
Mm-hmm. There is a fan translation of this game.
Yes, there is. And actually, I think it is a fairly good fan translation from what I've seen of it.
It is quite a good one, yes. It's how I got to experience the game many years ago. And I think there's also like a fan translation of the sequel nowadays as well. This game was cool enough to get a sequel for the N64. And instead of a little boy, you get to play as a little girl.
I did not know that. I'll actually have to check that out.
I remember trying to play it before the fan translation came out, and it was not a good idea. But I think...
Oh, that just makes it more interesting.
Oh, man. Pino gets put into a giant red bubble, and he gets to go places.
Into the wild blue yonder. Da-da-da-da-da-da-dum.
We're taking the turtle with us. Riding in the giant turtle.
Now, this will actually, this part is going to be difficult. If you don't know your route and timing, this part is a bit rough. Normally, if you don't have your timing down pat, you have to kill those enemies with the hoe. And because you killed those enemies with the hoe, your timing for the spikes is going to be off. And that can do some major damage. Of course, the runner just goes, "No, I don't need that run through."
Doing the actual speedrun strats and just running through everything.
Enemies, nope. Spikes, nope. Hallway, nope.
Look at that cycle right there.
Nope, 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 nope.
Beautiful. So, like, halfway through this dungeon, we're gonna take a little read and break.
Well, of course. I mean, if you're going through a dungeon, you have to have some proper reading. I mean, I think it's essential.
What do you guys think he's reading?
I would personally like to think it's The Alienist by Caleb Carr. It's a very nice mystery novel. I think it's a nice way to kind of get yourself out of the moment and just kind of reflect upon yourself.
I don't think Pino can actually read, so he's just looking at images of people dying and people getting, like, grave misfortune upon him, and building up his tolerance for the sheer realities of life.
What do you think, Gemma?
50 Shades of Grey, man.
Oh. I don't think a young boy such as Pino should be reading that.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think anybody should be reading that.
So it looks like we taught Pino how to open up a treasure chest. So we are excited for when we find the real thing.
Gimli, of course, is so excited because he gets free jewels.
You didn't have to do anything. You just take advantage of the young boy who's done everything for you.
Did he become cynical yet? Like, is he still too nice?
He's getting there. He's being slowly introduced to how reality works.
Okay. Earlier, Mr. Big T Anderson, you said that if either the heart or the energy gets to 0, that's bad. And it looks like his energy is pretty low right now.
Yeah, if the heart or energy actually hits 0, that is a game over. So He's going to have to be careful of that because there are some things coming up that will drain you fast.
So also take note, he went through that entire dungeon and got to the end and found that big giant like stack of just gold and jewels and treasure, and he only got a mere 30,000 out of it. Whereas that stack was probably worth millions.
We don't know the economy in this area. I mean, those crystals could be sugar crystals. We don't know. Although, honestly, if that was a big sugar crystal, I'd probably try to eat it.
Oh. I can see Pino actually doing that. Pino ate the treasure.
Yeah, that could happen. Act 5. Okay, so we are here. We'll see what happens. The swing of the sword, this is to get the kindness down. The thing is, to get into fights, if you have too high of a kindness, you will not fight.
So here's where teaching Pino the realities of the word start to come into play. You have to teach him how to use the sword properly.
Wow, this commentary got dark real quick. I don't know what these crystals are for. I've just been eating them. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, I'm confused. Is he? You control the fairy, or do you control the boy?
You control the fairy, who's controlling the boy. You are the player telling the fairy what to do, and the fairy tells the boy what to do.
Which is why it's kind of like a point and click, because that little fairy going about, yeah. That would be kind of like your stylus.
Mm-hmm. And no, whenever the fairy's not on screen, it's just entirely up to Pino. You can't do anything. Or you can do very, very little.
Okay, let's see how the RNG works today.
Yep.
Looks like he's got good defense and the attack is okay. The first one's good.
Yep. He takes down that robot like nobody's business. Easy peasy.
While I was out, did he do a stat check?
I have not noticed.
Okay, on the stat menu, there are 16 different stats, and they will all kind of show up. So I was kind of hoping we would see it by now, but maybe he just kind of knows, okay, I need to do this for this, this, and this, and kind of has it down to science.
Yeah, I think he's run this enough that he doesn't need to do... He doesn't have to do stat checks.
We're not teaching a robot to kill, but soon we're going to be teaching him a bit of a Beetlejuice impression.
So now Pino has actually officially entered the tournament. And
I believe this is Jean coming up. Jean?
Yes. Jean, John, something like that.
Yeah, I'm used to Bayonetta. Jean. I believe it's 200 HP, if memory serves.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, basically Chapter 5 is nothing but you have to do 3 fights. But it's also one of the hardest chapters in the game, if not the hardest chapter, because you have to do 3 fights. and this is your first introduction to combat in this game.
Oh yeah, his defense is maxed out. He's taking 1 HP per hit. Now, if you're new to this will wreck you. You're going to get a learning curve real fast.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to go, how did I get just completely annihilated? Oh, wait, I should really work on this. And then you learn.
Despite his like max defense, he's still taking somewhat of a beating.
And the thing is, there is no healing in between fights, so we'll see what happens. All this is RNG. There is no input. So all this is based on the roll of the dice.
Yeah, he got a critical. He did it! Yay!
Round 2, fight.
Nope.
I know, but I played a little bit of Street Fighter. You got to do at least that once.
Well, we do get a round 2, but it ain't against her.
Yeah, no, in this case we go straight to the boss.
Oh. So, he got hit once, took off like 3/4 of his health. Things are not looking good for poor little Pino.
Once you guys got a second, go ahead and just refresh the Twitch stream. It seems like we're ahead a little bit here, okay?
Okay, I just refreshed.
Yep.
Yeah, this doesn't look good.
Nope.
Remember what we just said about how this can wreck you? Well, let's go back to the RNG here.
Let us go back to a fight that you will see a lot of times. So basically, when you die, you have to pay a little bit of extra money in order to revive yourself. So that's another reason why money is so important in this game.
The other thing is, this isn't the last set of combat. There is one more big thing coming up, and it is actually worse. So, yeah.
To be perfectly honest, once I've learned how to do the combat and trained myself up for the combat, when I got to that one section, I think I did it like first try. So it is possible that the next fight is going to be, if you have enough time, I could see the next fight, the fight later on in the game, being easy. But since this is the speedrun, who knows what's going to happen? You don't have time to grind up to like max everything stats.
One thing I would do is probably get some health boost, though, because I think that's going to probably save the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it ate the barbell. That happens. He's on a heavier diet now.
He needs more iron in his life.
See, there you go. Getting into the pun game. You got to have some fun with it.
Whoa.
I think he's actually changing his strategy a touch.
I know in the shop there's some, like, if you have the money to spend, you can buy some ridiculously overpowered items. And I think that's what he might be doing now.
What? Shenanigans? I support shenanigans.
So he buys a ball for 30,000 money. He buys a potion of oil.
Neon Ghost, it is kind of like Pinocchio, just for the simple fact he is named Pino, the fairy is named Tinker, and the doctor is Dr. Geppetto. So there is a lot of pulls from that kind of story world. But yeah.
I think he's going to rest up and have another crack at the combat again. Oh yeah, it also, you need 100, I think you need 100 coin in order to save your game as well and to rest up.
Yes, there is a fan translation English version, and this is on the Super Famicom.
So now he has spent his entire savings on building up this little boy. So let's put him into combat and see what he can do after we drink some oil.
Yep, he's going for it. 433, 399. This is gonna go. Yeah, 483. Wow, he's not happy with that last set. He's just like, oh, you're gonna kill me? Okay, we're just gonna do this. No, no, no. How about this? And he just hits the big red button. Every gamer knows the big red button technique. The one thing where you're just like, oh, I have been damaged or I've lost, and I'm really mad. I can use this and annihilate. Beep.
No more shenanigans.
All the shenanigans. Shenanigans are fun.
This game is fully serious times. Put on your serious face.
The good news is at least he gets to come back to try this one more time and he doesn't have to go through the other two. And get some RNG blessings. I think Kaiware will need them.
Yes, you will need them. He's only doing like 11 damage per hit, and he has 500 HP. And I still think if he gets hit, he's going to take like 60 damage.
Also, can we throw... does Kaiware have a... yes, he does. Can we get Kaiware's Twitch thing up? So, if you like how Kaiware is doing, you can give him a follow. I'm new to this whole commentary thing, so I don't really know how to do it myself.
The little Twitch thing is on his... Follow the runner! There you go.
I will make a great Jamma. If I do that command, would I be able to do it?
Yes, you would.
Okay, good. Just wanted to note for future reference.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still here. I'm just eating. Been sitting here for a while. I muted my microphone as I'm eating some popcorn here.
I had some popcorn earlier today. It was some of the best popcorn I've ever had in my life.
Are you not entertained? Sorry, with the whole gladiator setting, I had to do it.
So this fight is going quite well. Not a single hit, and he's slowly chipping him down.
Yeah, but
Slowly surely.
it can go the other way pretty quick.
I
So
know.
we'll see what happens.
Oh. Okay, he got slashed.
Hey guys, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break here. I'm going to be right back. I need a Hot Pocket.
Ooh, looks like he took a critical and that just bounced him across.
Yep. So he's so close, but he's fighting back.
I actually saw a Let's Play where he got this guy down to about 50, and the other guy came back and just annihilated the player, and I'm just like, oh, that has to be so much salt right there.
And luckily for us, the run continues.
I'm sure Kaiware is very, very happy that he doesn't have to do that again. The king finds out, or soon will find out, that this is a Gijin, and will not be happy. Is not amused by this fact. And, yeah.
Yep. That racism.
Yeah, basically, he just ordered him to death. Here, you just made it through a gauntlet, and now you shall die.
No. And Pino doesn't want to die.
And Tiki Masala goes, you know, he did make it through the gauntlet. Let him live for a little bit. And yes, Tiki Masala is the villain. And yes, that is a wrench on the throne.
What could it mean?
So he gets the circuit of sometimes you have to fight.
We've leveled up.
Oh, a shotgun ninja. The prime minister is actually named Masala, but because of... Okay, we can call him Garam Masala. I'm cool with that.
That's cool.
Garam Masala, Tiki Masala. Pick your preference. I mean, just make fun of his name.
So after dealing with that, like, ridiculously difficult chapter, we get a little bit of a breather coming up.
Yeah, right now I think he needs to, if memory serves, he needs to get confidence up for what's going to happen, and he will need to get kindness up. Confidence will be down due to the fighting, and I think that's all that I remember off of this.
Mm-hmm. He also needs to have some expression as well.
Good point.
I mean, he's not just a robot.
Hatika masala. It's a wonderful plate. Hatika masala. I can't think of another line for that, so there you go. So this is a stat check to... wait a minute, I didn't see him go to the cafe.
Yeah. He's sequence breaking.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's an interesting little step there.
Very good. So yeah, basically we are enrolling Pino in the circus now. He just had like a big combat and he had to, like, you know, take down some really tough people. And now it's his turn to have some fun.
And like many of the dreams of many, many small children, they're going to join the circus.
Congratulations, Pino. You are now a clown posse.
Getting his musical on, that's always good.
We had to do some music back in the day in order to impress the guy, the hobo, the treasure hunter. Get his attention. But now we gotta do it some more. And we have to teach Pino how to love.
I don't think that's a stat. And if it was, I'd be slightly unnerved by that.
I mean, the whole world's not about, like, you know, just killing and whatnot. There's some, like, nice things in this world. Can't have him be too pessimistic.
As a pessimist, I'm not going to say anything to that. Back to the circus. Also, a good thing that we have to make a comment about here is look at the health and energy. They are obscenely high right now. That's going to last for a long time, probably until the dragon.
Spoilers.
Well, I mean, they could... well, sorry, but... Durgan is coming. It's coming for all of you. Wahaha. Wahaha.
But Peanut doesn't care. He's just having fun being on the ball. He's having a ball.
Uh-oh, is this going to be a fail, or is he going to make it?
I think he's gonna make it. Oh. He did it!
That had to be a close roll.
And Peanut's gonna serenade us. Well, maybe not us, but... We get to see Pino be serenading.
I really wish we had a track of Dr. Bob singing the Swag Duck anthem. right here, it'd be perfect.
We keep throwing references to like some game that's not this one.
They talked about Turtle Rock. I think we're okay. We know our audience. But we also talk about this game, like the screen, the stats, the bosses. I think we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
I do good.
So
We all want to secretly be playing that other game.
actually, I found this game really fun. So
I don't think this game's ever gonna get a randomizer though.
how would you randomize this game? That would be interesting. That would be a thing.
Just long cutscene of Pino being inspiring and the people just reading back and forth. Your standard RPG cutscene.
I guess in the meantime, I should just do the plug here. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is the RTA in Japan 2 Marathon. It's the second annual live speedrunning marathon in Japan. English language restream hosted here on twitch.tv/speedgaming3. Speedgaming also hosts a variety of speedrun events, marathons, and tournaments. So show your support, and please follow all 4 speedgaming channels, the commentators, and the runners. It's every hour and a half or so. It's pretty nice. Still don't have it.
It is.
Though. I keep on looking at the typing.
So we did such a good job and was such a wonderful trained monkey that we got 50,000 coin for our efforts.
And we got the Make Others Happy Heart circuit, which is good. Since he did not actually go to Mimi's Cafe, I don't think Mimi will be arrested. Is that correct?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm curious as how this would play out.
I guess we're about to see it because this is technically a bit of a break that I've never seen before.
Yeah. That's speed tech. Well, Mimi's still here at least. So So basically what was supposed to happen is in chapters in the previous act, you're supposed to come here first and introduce yourself to Mimi, and Mimi teaches you how to sing. But it looks like he did some wacky stat manipulation in order to get enough expression in order to forego actually having to learn how to sing. So that's kind of interesting. But yes, what are you gonna say?
Just give me one moment. What was I going to say? I was going to say... I forgot.
So yeah, basically, this is how you learn the song that you're supposed to sing in the circus. But for some reason, Pino just magically knew how to sing that song without ever being taught how to sing.
Neon Ghost, I wouldn't say it's useless, it's just a bit of a break in how things were done. So maybe this was just a quicker way to do it. So, and as for Dragon, now I remember. Dragon, that could very well be the case, but I don't think anyone would like it if we go into economical theory on video games here.
You could also always, so after you've completed your song and whatnot, you get paid out 10,000 coin the first time you do it. And later on, you can always go back there and sing again. And if your stat points are high enough, you can make an extra 1,000 every time you go back there to sing. So it's an easy way to make money at this point in the game.
And that could be good depending on how your stats are. If you didn't manage them correctly, you're going to definitely need some items.
Plus, you are forced to buy some pretty expensive items at this point in the game. Like the circus ball, you need 30,000 for. The flowers that you just bought required 30,000. And it looks like he's buying some more like energy drinks and oil.
I believe that is a flan pudding or a creme caramel.
Now he is buying the flan. Delicious putty. And he's buying a microchip. And he's buying the blue glue. He's fully prepared.
For what's coming up, yeah. Oh, Mimi got hit.
Well. A human that killed about robots? Oh man. Forever. And she's suddenly gone missing. Oh no. So now you have to do some investigating and figure out what has happened.
Honestly, the little cook inside my head is just looking at the pudding and going, that top looks awfully caramelized. That may be overcooked.
But that's like the best part, though.
That's for a creme brulee, not for a flan pudding. I mean, this is Pino. We need to give the best food we can. For flan pudding, you want a nice silky texture. Creme brulee, a nice crunchy top. You don't want to mix the two up. You just get a muddled texture.
Hey, you don't know Pino's preferences.
No, but I do know creme brulee and flan pudding. The goal of the game is to get Circuit J up and running, which he has been through getting the rest of the circuits. And there's been a plot that's been slowly uncovering, trying to, as you've seen, there's been a bit of an issue between Gijin and humans. Pino is a Gijin. Gijin is I guess you can call them androids.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see an issue that's going to be handled as things go on. We're actually going to get into a little bit more plot-heavy elements as acts move on. Actually, starting now in this act, if memory serves.
Yep. Stuff starts happening big time.
And of course, like any good fairy, we've taught him to lockpick.
A skill every young boy should know. Two of the, these guys are pretty awesome.
Yes, and actually the English, fan English version, their names are Rob and Burr.
The singing thieves.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that happened. And you know how in some things there's like these two idiots and then this like black cat from Spider-Man comes in as the brains of the operation, or if you know like FF10 LeBlanc and the two henchmen, that whole kind of setup?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to get that too. Some of the things we can look forward to in this game.
So I've mentioned earlier that Pino kind of has to learn certain associations with certain objects, and at a later point in the game you need to kind of switch those associations. Like what has happened is, so earlier in the game we taught Pino that when he sees a rubber ball he has to pick it up and throw it far. But now, through stat manipulation, we have basically taught Pino to think about that. And so when he sees, and train him to see, when he sees the giant red ball, like the small red ball, he instead sits down and spins his head around to show that he is a android. So we have removed their previous association and gave him a new one. Because if you picked up the ball, you would throw it at the cop, and obviously the cop would be very not pleased with that.
Wasn't kidding about that. Meet Lynx.
She's a pretty cool character.
Red leather thief with cat ears. I'm just going to leave that comment here and move on. So what's going on right now, basically, Lynx is giving the 411 on, hey, this person is not a complete idiot, so we need to make sure that we can all get together. We have a plan. Oh, there's a castle over there. We need to get in there. You can help. So that's pretty much the long and short of it.
We're bringing Pino to the underground. The dark side of the world.
No, Pally, this is on Super Famicom. It's a long time before Persona 5. Now, everyone, let's be polite. Lynx is a thief of high caliber, and we must show respect for that. Like that guard just did. That guard just got a pretty good lesson, too.
Mm-hmm. Outsmarted by a little boy. And beat up by...
Not even a little boy, it's like a little boy robot. Got beat up by a tin soldier. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this part of the game.
If you look at the red heart, it is dropping. So if you didn't have health at this point, I think it takes about 20. So if you're not careful, this could actually make you drop out.
I remember dying to this part once. I was pretty frustrated.
Dayman, because Mimi's in jail and we're getting her out.
He still remembers how to fight. So we have to beat up this lowly god. Boom. Congratulations.
Yeah, there really isn't a lot of combat in this game, is there?
No, but for what there is, you have to be prepared for it, because there really isn't anything you can do after you step into it.
I like how they were feeding Mimi pudding while she was in prison.
Well, of course, you have to have some. I mean, there is honor here.
I like how Pino's just gonna eat the pudding.
And the plate.
Extra calcium.
Need to make sure that you get that porcelain in your diet.
That's extra calcium. It all breaks down. That's strong bones.
So because we were so greedy, we got caught. And now Lynx has to come save the day. All because we wanted some pudding.
I still say that pudding is very dark on top. I think that's overcooked. And no, we did not. We did not just throw ourselves. Well, yeah, we did. But just watch.
I don't think that's how plane physics work, but I might be wrong.
It's an entirely different universe. You don't know how the physics work over there.
Because logic. Man. Dragon, then you would put that in a little pot on the side. You wouldn't put that on it like that, because that would just be a mess. Now, story-wise, Mimi's going over the plan. Basically, Garam Masala is saying, "Hey, the king and princess, I don't like them. I want the country. Yeah, let's get rid of them." And everyone's like, "Oh, are you sure?" "Yeah, I get rid of them." And so, Circuit J, I want Circuit J for Giryu, who is Unit 4630. We need that set up. So yeah, get that set up, and let's get all this together and make that happen. And as you can see, the soldiers are like, yeah, we need that circuit. Sorry.
So they destroy the robot village.
And as you can see, after coming back from that from the burnt village, his energy, the green energy, actually dropped to 1, and he had an item to bring him back up. Dragon, I would, if I'm sorry, it's just a habit of mine. If you're going to serve something like that, and from people I know, you really just have to do it neatly. I'm sure Pino would appreciate that. Any character, I don't care what dish it is, the neatness counts. Pino would just he may have to learn how to not eat the sauce in the jug first, but I'm sure Tinker would appreciate it. She may just kind of go a little dip in there or something. I don't know, just get like a Pocky, or she may enjoy it too. You never know how these characters work. They may have fun with it. May enjoy it. They may get a strawberry. It's like, ooh, extra sauce. There you go. Joey, I don't know if it is or not.
Oh no.
I'm still standing by. We must be gentlemanly and we must be clean with our food.
Here, you got shocked by the giant floaty thing. Have some pudding. Pudding makes everything better.
Now, this is actually a fake turtle rock. If you can't pray, then you're actually stuck here, and you have to go learn how to do it and get that high enough before coming back.
Gotta make sure he can like jump 15 feet. Easy peasy.
Leg strength check passes. Balance looks like it's gonna pass. Door doesn't want anything to do with this, so it gets out of the way. Now, I was always a fan of Black Tyranno in Yu-Gi-Oh!, but in this case, we don't have that. We have Scrap Dragon, who is going to have 999 HP, who's going to be actually very hard to beat. He's coming in with 483 HP. We'll see how the defensive and attacks go. We'll see what happens. This could go either way. It is very RNG based, and really, yeah. Good luck.
Good luck, yes. This is like the big fight.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said Scrap Dragon. It's a Scrap Dragon. Yeah, that Master Sword isn't the greatest thing in the world. because any hit to the lower section will do absolutely nothing. He needs to do a jump slash.
We should have grinded a little bit more and gotten the butter sword.
I think in this case, he can't really do much. This sword will only do 49 damage per shot, if memory serves. And as you can see, each hit that he takes, it's going to leave a mark, so he better be careful. But it looks like he's getting a couple combos and he's defending. So he's just kind of hoping that he gets away.
Going well so far. Let's see if his good luck keeps up.
And Scrap Dragon did know what he signed up for. He became a synchro card and a boss here. I think he, I think not only he knew what he was signing up for, but he made some bad decisions. Uh-oh, that was a couple hits there. Now we're getting kind of close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
This is, he wants to get this done as soon as possible. You don't want to see your heart dip under. So get that green number down. Let's get it. Come on. Come on.
Reduce that green number.
The green number is the boss's health.
It is the health of the Scrap Dragon in this case.
In this game, seems to have this kind of weird thing of the weaker, like as the longer the fight goes on, and the weaker your enemy gets, the stronger your enemy gets. So you're gonna get into situations in which you have done like half the damage to the boss, and you have done like half the boss's HP, and have taken no damage. But to get that second half off, you're gonna it's gonna be rough.
Oh, come on. Oh, 2 more hits should do it. Come on,
Yep.
come on. Get those RNG blessings in there.
Oh.
Ah, Scrap Dragon is down. Takes the hit. Sent to the graveyard. It's a beautiful thing. No one likes synchro cards anyway. And with that, one big problem out of the way. Let's enjoy the victory. Let's enjoy Kaiware's victory. Let me see if I can put his whole thing up. Give me a moment here. Let me give this a try, Jamma.
You did it. Yeah, make sure to show the runners some love over there in Japan. Let them know that the English restream is watching, and we think they're doing an awesome job.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to go up against something like that with pretty much just, hey, I'm a Scrap Dragon. I want to bite your face. That's not cool.
The commentators, there is their link as well. Mr. Big T Anderson here has been commentating on a lot of games with us. So, major thank you for that, and thank you for studying up on this game as much as you did.
Bark.
Yep. Yeah.
No problem. I'm actually enjoying this. Just a little note, that little yellow thing that kind of popped up, that was the Courageous Soul Heart Circuit. So we're getting to the point of, hey, Circuit J is about to really kind of come together, and Garam Tiki Masala Curry guy is like, I don't like that. We need that. We need that now. Which channel link doesn't work, Naho? Jowlander, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh judge for 2 years, so yes, there is synchro salt.
So Pina's also been kind of like so one of the things the Prime Minister has done is he's sort of convinced the other Gaijin that Pino is a traitor and whatnot. So now, like, all his POs hate him, and he's kind of all alone in this world.
Traitor against the world. Oh god, that sucks. But you know what, Pino? Adapt and overcome. Adapt and overcome. No, Red 13. He just took on Scrap Dragon. I mean, we're watching. I mean, have you seen the stream? The Runners channel link. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, Naho.
So I think basically what we're doing now is we're trying to find a secret. We're trying to find a secret passage into the castle, and we're gonna show Tiki Masala what's up.
Well, I think first we have an appointment to make. I mean, we can't just go straight to Tiki Masala. That'd be rude, and we can't be rude. It'd be horrible. We have an appointment to make first.
I don't know. He's been rude to us.
Please don't eat the books.
That timing.
My, he's being a little pain right now.
Don't kick the flowers. No. By the way, I'm not sure how a bouquet of flowers would ricochet like that.
Video game logic.
It kind of looks like Pino's clipping out of bounds, or trying to clip out of bounds. He was moving in some weird ways behind that wall.
Yes, Pino. Books are for eyes, not for your taste.
So, we have all learned up on what to do. So now we're gonna climb this giant ladder and drop all of our stuff we have.
Quick question.
Yo,
What kind of a ladder looks like a vine?
it's just a ladder without steps. That's all it is. It is technically a ladder. It gets you up to vertical places. It's just a more simple ladder. That's all.
You know, that makes sense. And now I'm confused, because now I'm looking at other things and I'm like, oh god, no. Wonderful view of the ocean there. Look at that. That is beautiful. This is Super Famicom, by the way. Look at that view.
You said yourself the backgrounds in this game are quite amazing.
Well, unfortunately, I was not able to find the runner's Twitch stream.
Sadness.
So basically, you have sneaked into the castle, and you have given the princess flowers. Show that you're an android, and now you're trying to serenade her
Trying to woo her, if you will.
in her bedroom, no less.
Now, what you see here, Daddy, is we're trying to show her the way that Gigi can help the world. And with that, I think we got the Love for Others Heart Circuit, so that means we got the full set. That isn't the end of the game, but we are getting close. However, we're going to have some problems soon.
Oh,
Also,
no.
How can we have problems? We finished the love circuit.
Like in any game, as soon as love comes into the picture, soon chaos ensues.
Oh no.
The sad part is that is absolutely true about almost every game.
So it looks like for timing purposes,
Oh,
the game.
they're gonna skip the ending. All right, well,
Yeah, apparently.
usually there's a little bit left, but I guess we're not gonna do the ending scene. Fine, okay, I guess they're just gonna do that.
To be fair, the ending bit is entirely just story and whatnot.
But that's the best part.
It is the best part, but speedrunners don't care about story.
All right, guys. Well, if you want to see the ending, you're gonna have to play it yourself. So go find it. Sorry, cliffhanger.